1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, hey everybody, how you doing? Jake here with another McCoy Mondays, the series where we go over how to play certain fills, solos, melodies from the vast catalog of Mr. Charlie McCoy, the great Nashville session harmonicist, harmonica player. And if you want more about him from this series, go back and listen to the older episodes. I talk a lot about it. A lot of the information I gleaned from this book, which is his autobiography, 50 cents in a box top. So always, if you're a fan of his music or just the Nashville music scene in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, definitely pick that book up. It's worth a read. Today we're talking about a song which was originally a Merle Haggard song called Today I Started Loving You Again. Charlie plays it on a B standard diatonic harmonica, and it originally did not appear on this album, but it appeared on the other Real McCoy. I'll talk about that story right now. Charlie originally released it in 1968, the album The Real McCoy, featuring Today I Started Loving Her Again. And same year that Merle Haggard put his out, his record did not chart at all. It was the B-side to the Bonnie and Clyde, the lead single off his album of that year. But slowly, over the years, later in the early 70s, after Charlie had been dropped from his record label due to a distribution mix-up, I believe, where his record label Monument went over to a new distributor, and it kind of messed up his contract. Well, anyways, a station in Florida started playing Today I Started Loving You Again by Charlie McCoy, and just kept getting calls and calls. So he reaches out to the Monument people, and there's a new kind of head of sales there who thinks maybe we ought to get a hold of this Charlie McCoy guy, who had already signed to another label, Capitol. That turned out to be a very short-lived affair, so it was all kind of a perfect storm where his song was getting traction. Charlie was looking for a new record label. Actually ended up going back to his old record label, and Columbia wanted to re-release the song that was gaining traction, Today I Started Loving You Again. So they put out a whole another album with a different album cover, and actually one of the sides is different totally, so it's half of the other album and half new recordings that he had just made in Los Angeles through Capitol. But yeah, after this was re-released, it eventually made it to number 16 on the Billboard Country Charts, which is not only the biggest hit that Charlie ever had in his career, but it also was a bigger hit than any other recording of the song. So this nice instrumental version outsold people like Emmylou Harris, or I don't know about outsold, but outperformed other really big names who recorded versions of this song. The record went on to sell over 400,000 copies, won a Grammy and a CMA. So this is a big deal in Charlie's career, and it really kicked his solo career off in the 1970s on a really good foot. But yeah, let's just quickly go through the melody that he plays, and it seems like Yeah, I mean, I listened to the Haggard song, and there was a little bit of a different B part in there, but from what I can hear on Charlie's, he's really just doing the chorus. But I could be wrong about that. I didn't go deeply into learning the Merle Haggard version or any of the other versions, but yeah. So this one, it starts off on a 2-draw, and remember we're on a B standard diatonic harmonica. I've got a special 20 here. Mine's actually country tune, but we're not playing the 5-draw in Charlie's version, so doesn't even matter. But yeah, it starts off 2-draw, 3-draw, 3-draw. Okay, and if you can, go ahead and scoop both of those 3-draws. So we're going to hit a bend and let up into that 3-draw. Alright, and then it's going to do that same thing again, minus the 2-draw, so it'll be 2-draw, 3-draw, 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 scooping all of those. Okay, and then after that second 3-draw, it's going to hit the 3-draw bend, the whole step bend on the 3-draw. Fall off to 2-draw, and then go 2-blow, 1-blow. Alright, it seems like my 2-blow is a little sticky. Kind of came out a little late there, but okay, and then after that 1-blow, the whole phrase ends on 1-draw. So let's try that whole phrase there, starting on 2-draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then that phrase is going to repeat exactly, so let's go ahead and play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there we go, we're halfway through the melody. By the way, in the book, Charlie says he recorded this in 20 minutes, the whole thing, so it only takes 15 minutes to make a hit, that I've heard said before, and this just proves that true. Okay, and then the next phrase is going to start with 2-draw, 3-draw, whole step in, into the 3-draw, so. Okay, and then it's going to bend that 3-draw back down and then let it back up. So starting from 6, 7, 8, the end of measure 9. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then after that 3-draw, it's going to go 4-blow, 4-draw, but we're going to scoop that 4-draw. Just like we scooped those 3-draws in the other phrases. So let's try that from the end of measure 9 up to that first 4-draw there. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then from that 4-draw, it's going to go 5-blow, 4-draw, 4-draw, and then that third 4-draw there in a row is going to be like a reverse scoop. So it hits the 4-draw and then bends down immediately and then hits the 4-blow. So the phrase up to there from the end of measure 9 would be 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then from there, it's going to go 3-blow, 2-blow, 1-draw. Okay, and that completes that phrase. So let's go ahead and play that phrase starting at the end of measure 9 there. 1, 2, 3. something like that. And okay, and then this last part is gonna it comes in on the end of 3, so it'd be like, and then it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, draw a whole step in, and it's gonna let that up into 3 draw. Okay, so that's that last phrase, but let's try that 1, 2, 3. Or let's take it from the end of 10, 11, 12, measure 13 there. So okay, from the end of 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so yeah, that's the whole last phrase there. It's all written on the tab. Oh, and if you hadn't figured it out already, the tab is linked in the description below. It's free, so definitely check that out and follow along. The tricky part about that is that the last line is that 2 draw half step bend, and then I don't know if he likes to kind of bend it down, but I think it kind of sounds nice to bend it down. And then that last 2 draw, he's actually scooping from that half step bend. So yeah, that half step bend, you can just slowly bend it down, just a hair, not a big bend down, but it's just a little added effect. And then that last 2 draw, scoop it up. So the recording on the real McCoy, oh, I also forgot to mention that Charlie has re-recorded this. So there's the original version on the real McCoy, and then it sounds like it came out again on his greatest hits, and they kind of remastered it, but it's essentially the same recording. And then much later, in the 2010s, I think, or it's thereabouts, he did a whole new recording that is quite a bit different, but you know, it has modern production and modern fidelity sound. So lots of different versions, even from Charlie and amongst the other artists. But the original recording, this tempo is about quarter note equals 85 beats per minute, so which is pretty slow. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do it again at that tempo. Let's play through the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, here we go. So I have a country tuned harmonica here, which means my 5 draw is tuned up a half step. And with that, we can play this melody in an octave up too. So if you want to try that, that's something else we can try here. So it would start, and this is probably a good exercise. I'm not going to tab it out, but I'll tell you, it starts on 6th blow. So it's fun playing it up there, and yeah, I think that's about all I got to say on this one, but yeah, it's a really cool instrumental and one of the biggest for Charlie through his career. But yeah, go listen to some Charlie McCoy. You can follow my link to the Patreon if you want to support me over there. And I'm going to be starting to upload a lot more beginner videos over there. I know a lot of these involve advanced bending and stuff like that, so but I'm going to start hopefully adding some more beginner friendly videos over on my Patreon. So check that out, and until next time, keep on harping.